Is this thing on? Hey everyone, it's Mike from Junkie on Crafts and Builds, one-time YouTuber, co-host of the Figure Action podcast, and been a guest on a couple other streams here on YouTube over the past 2 years. So why am I making this one? Well, it's been a minute since I've been putting stuff out on a more consistent basis about toy impressions, shows, things like that. Haven't been completely off the grid, but I did want to address a couple things about where I have been. Why have I not been putting up stuff since basically November until this past week? And why stay on the channel if the channel's dead? Well, that's why I'm here. I want to kind of talk to you guys and just address a couple of those items because some conversations I've had have had some pretty crazy ideas behind my absence. So the purpose of the stream is to explain where I've been and what's going on, and also talk about some goals for the channel in 2025. And the reason I'm going to talk about it is because I need you to let me know if I'm on track or not. If this is something as a subscriber you would be interested in seeing more of or less of. So let's go ahead and talk about where I've been. So last time I was putting up items on a more regular basis was right at Legions Con, which was this past November. And it was a really great time. I have nothing to say other than how awesome it was, meeting some fantastic people and just having a great time. Honestly, if you haven't been to Legions Con, I highly recommend you go. It is one of the most intimate and exciting 2 days you would ever see and be a part of. Why is everything delayed? Because you missed the last wave of G.I. Joe. You got a Dragonfly. You showed pictures of it on Instagram, but what are you talking about? It's right up there. Operation Monster Force, and obviously Series 5. Right? You've been talking all those things up, but not on the channel. Why? Well, I will tell you there have been a couple of things going on outside of YouTube that really was just taking up my time. If you have been on any of the past streams with Figure Action, one of the things I always talked about was there was a property I was getting ready to put on the market. I was renovating that for the past year or two, and that finally sold. And that was by far the best thing that happened towards the end of 2024. But after Legions Con and coming back, I was getting inundated with a bunch of things coming in of my own doing. Shocker, collecting. But there was just a lot of hectic times here at the house. So that and work kind of took a little bit of took a little steam out of my sails. And the last thing I wanted to do was get behind the camera and kind of talk about a figure that someone has already been talking about a month or two beforehand. You know, they got it at the same time I got it, but I just didn't do anything with it. So I needed a little bit of a mental break. And that's really what was going down for the later half of November, especially after, the really awesome high that happened when I had my 1,000 subscriber live stream with a bunch of really amazing guests and some really cool giveaways things. It was compounding right after that, and I had to prioritize what was going on. Do I need to explain anything more? Probably not. I mean, it's my life. It's my channel. But for those that have been subscribed and have continued to remain subscribers during this drought, I do want to thank you guys for sticking around. It was one of the highlights that I was, continuing to kind of track along, leading into the later half of November. Then the holiday season started up, and anything else, holidays have been hectic and time consuming, and compounded with just everything else that was going on, there was just no time really I could carve out to put together a quality video. I mean, I could have thrown something together and it could have looked like, I was filming with a big potato smeared all over the lens, and audio that sucks or anything like that, but I leave that for other people because I like to create stuff that actually looks good. I take the time to look at these things. Is there still times where the focus goes out for a second because I'm showing you something? Yeah. But overall, I mean, things like that, I don't want to produce. It's just, I wouldn't want to watch it, so why would I make someone else watch it? So yeah, that was kind of the way things have been through the end of last year. Obviously, I had a chance to talk about my top 10 on Unboxing Arts live stream a couple weeks ago, and that was a fun time. That was a marathon, and it really kind of helped cool things off and get things spun up. So that's where I want to kind of start riding back up on that high of producing stuff for the channel. And, that involves not just talking about toys that I pick up, but also things I'm putting together and building. And that's kind of leading into the second part of this video, which is goals for 2025. So why don't we talk about them real quick? So let's start with goal number 1. Be consistent. That's something that a lot of fellow YouTubers have been talking about for their New Year's resolution 2025. Here's what's going to happen with the channel. We're going to be more consistent. And that is a great goal, and that's obviously something I'm going to parrot completely. So my track record has been kind of spotty, obviously, and I would get a couple things and build them up. I try to film a couple of different items, then edit them one at a time and go through, and that obviously takes up time, and it doesn't get that consistent thing that YouTube wants, the algorithm feeding it, and that obviously affects engagement. And engagement means providing you guys something that hopefully you like to watch. So what does be consistent mean? I'm going to do better to try to get a video out once a week. I'm trying to figure out a day, so I will definitely let everyone know, but that way it gets me back on track on saying, all right, I need to plan out what I want to talk about, whether it's a figure, whether it's my opinion on a series, whether it's something that I'm 3D printing or cutting up, painting, whatever else. But the fact of the matter is, it has to be something that is digestible and being able to be done within a week's time. And also with consistent is try to be more concise with what I put together and what I produce. I like to ramble, in case you didn't know. I talk about a lot of stuff, and I try to explain it in my videos, and sometimes they get a little long. I like long form better than short form stuff anyway, because it gives you a chance to really understand where I'm coming from with something. But sometimes people don't have 18, 20, 24 minutes unless it's something really specific. And I use my example of the Vamp add-on kits that I got from Pixis Designs and Gridiron. That needed that extra time. We're going to be consistent. Let's go with goal number 2. So goal number 2, more engagement. And what does that mean for me? I was going really strong with each video that was coming out, that every comment that came in, I wanted to make sure that that person knew I saw it. That was simply putting a response or following up with a question they may have. Whether it's a positive or constructive feedback, I wanted to make sure I showed that person that the time they took to make that comment, I wanted to take at least that much time to respond to them. And I want to utilize the channel's community page a lot more. Whether it's, hey, here's what's going on this week. Here's the plan for what's coming down. What do you guys want to see? Here's a poll of some stuff that I'm looking at. Get you more engaged with the channel to help make sure that I keep goal number 1 on track. And also highlight some of the other social media that I use for the channel. Instagram, I've been pretty active with because I like showing the photography that I do. So I want to utilize that, and obviously concurrently with that is the Facebook page for the channel. All those links are in the description and also on the channel page itself. So if you want to follow me along on there, that'd be great as well. And I would really love to talk to you and, like I said, engage. Let's go with number 3. So goal number 3, here's a little spicy bit. Because some examples and some things that some comments that I received was I wasn't actually doing anything, or I stopped because of other comments from other creatives. No, I explained where I was for the past month or 2, and there is no person on this media platform that's going to make me stop because of them. If I stop, it's on my end to stop. But there was something that at least my co-host T-Man mentioned to me. He's like, you talk about these parts and pieces you picked up, these vehicles, and you're gonna customize. When are you gonna do it? And that was part of the things that I had been thinking about on my time away. And that's one of the main things I want to do for 2025 is be more creative. Actually utilize all these pieces and parts and tools that I've acquired over the past couple years, and actually just sit down and do something. And that's kind of where I want to go. It's going to be less of like, here's the toy that I bought this week. Here's what I thought. Here's how it moves. You've got tons of other creative people that are putting those types of video out because I watch them and I know you watch them. So let me be a little different and actually just focus on more of my creativity and showing what works, what doesn't work. Maybe it'll be something for a 1/12 scale figure as a diorama piece. Maybe I'm building something, 3D printing and putting it together and showing you kind of what I've learned on how to make things stick. So yeah, let's be more creative. I have a 1 in 7 chance of trying that out, and you guys can help me along with that. Let's go number 4. Goal number 4, buy what you like, not what to film. Another common thing that a lot of collectors have been talking about here for 2025 is we got a shitload of vehicles last year. Guess what? They take up space. Guess what we're running out of as collectors? Space. So when I say I want to try to be more creative, and buy what I like, that's really in a nutshell how I'm approaching my collection. I started out full bore with Transformers, and I did retail, and I was doing MP scale, and what do I do when I fall out of love with it? Right now, I got my whole shelf area is still full of Transformers I need to get rid of. Meanwhile, I have action figures covering a variety of companies that I can't display anywhere. Some of them I bought them just because I was watching a stream and saw they were on sale. It's fodder pieces, but they're sitting in a box. So why keep them? Why buy stuff that I feel is going to be the hottest thing for people who want to watch stuff, but not like it? I mean, it doesn't make sense, right? You're spending your money on things you want to like and not like. I'm certainly not going to make videos about stuff that I buy and I'm going to shit on it. Leave that for others. Because I like money. I like mine, and I want to use it for things like conventions or picking up those really awesome pre-orders that are going to come out. So buying what I like is going to be the focus for 2025. I'm not going to be in the rat race with other YouTube channels that are out there buying stuff. They buy it overseas because they got to be first. I want to just produce stuff that is going to be enjoyable to watch, entertaining to watch, and create that engagement with you guys. So I'm not going to be in the rat race. Am I still going to buy a lot of shit? Probably. But am I going to go out and buy the latest McFarlane because someone else said, hey, I bought this and now it's cool? Probably not. We'll see how that goes. But right now, let's go to goal number 5. Goal number 5. More talk, less review. Now, earlier I was saying that, I didn't want to make videos that were full of rambling moments or like accentuating detail on like, here's what's going on, and repeating myself over and over and over and over. That's right. I'm not going to be doing that type of stuff much in 25, or at least I'm working on that. But what I mean by more talk is that I want to do some more videos, again, more creative stuff, and really talk to you guys, talk to the community, talk to those that are making these toys that we want to grab. I've had the extreme pleasure of being able to interview some really awesome people through Figure Reaction. And that's something that's going to continue on to 2025. But I might simulcast that here with this channel as well, or I might just do more one-on-ones. I don't know. Also talking about live streaming, conventions, things like that. And let's kind of, lean into that, because I believe that's goal number 6. Goal number 6. Get better at live streaming. I'm going to tell you guys, at Legions Con, I was trying my damnedest to do some YouTube lives, Instagram stuff. I bought a new gimbal, so that way it wasn't jarring and jerking around. I had all my lights with me, had my microphones, and I was going to be all over this stuff, man. I was going to get the coolest looking things. And I did film some stuff, but I never put it out because I wasn't happy with how it looked. It was a lot of jerking back and forth. It was waiting for live to actually come up and then waiting for YouTube to process everything. And I was like, well, this sucks. I don't understand it. So I'm going to be doing a lot more of that to practice and get ready for a lot of these really awesome conventions that I'm going to work on attending, starting in March with ZoloCon. So I might do a couple behind the scenes, just walking around, maybe some streams like that. Get to hang out with T-Man. Maybe we'll do a joint toy hunt or something. I don't know. But just to get more practice under my belt with streaming, so that way when I do go to these events It's not something I'm going to come back and edit later on. I might do that anyway, but get more of in the moment type of stuff that viewers might, find entertaining. Maybe I'm like looking around and someone says, "Oh my God, that's a freaking awesome deal for this Marvel legend." I'll listen. Maybe. But that's 6 goals. I broke down one more. So let's go to lucky number 7. So the final goal for this channel for 2025 is to enjoy the hobby, not the drama. Look, we know that whether it's a toy manufacturer, a business owner, or just the personalities through social media, through this medium, it gets tiring. It gets you a lot of clicks, but it gets so tiring. And it makes it to the point where you don't want to enjoy what you got. So this is kind of a combination between that and what I said with the earlier goal about buying what you like. As I said before, I was all on Transformers when I started out. Get back into adult collecting. That was during COVID. We still allowed to say COVID? I can't remember. Anyway, lockdowns. So I was going full bore into that. I was in the community, chatting things up. I met some really cool people. But then the drama, like everything else, just started sucking the enjoyment out of it. My brand's better than your brand, so if you don't like my brand, you can suck it. Or you like the brand that I hate, so you can suck it. Or, oh, you downvoted this channel's video or this person's video, you can suck it. Or, hey guys, I put this video out. Do you like it? I don't know if I want to do it anymore unless you guys tell me you like it. Because if you don't like it, then I can suck it. Not everything is like that, obviously, but that's kind of an extreme dramatized example of what happened. Also during that time, I was getting action figures, 112, and really enjoying that, really reliving my my youth of and that's really where I felt my heart was at, and that's where it's led up through everything on this channel. So if that's what I like and that's what I enjoy, then why do I want to listen to people that are going to tell me otherwise? Look, there are a lot of people that prefer Company A versus Company B for 1/12 scale military figures, and now we're getting some new ones into the arena from late last year. And you can say, well, I'm not going to buy this line because of person XYZ, or this is crap. It's not, I don't have any connection to it. That's your prerogative, dude. But don't expect me to watch your 5th video of buying it strictly to say, well, that decision was interesting, or this thing sucks because I don't have any connection with it, or, well, this thing, just fell apart. That's legitimate. If you're not sitting there and forcing something because it's brand X versus your favorite brand, and you're very gentle and caressing it, and this is the greatest thing. I'm going to do better to not fall for some of that stuff. And I'm hoping you guys will keep me on track if I do start going and producing something along those lines. Because that's not the purpose of this channel. This channel is to enjoy action figures and different brands and talk to those that are creating the stuff and enjoying the stuff. So that is the final and probably one of the main goals that I want to have for here. 7 goals. None of them are less important than the other. Just because I numbered them that way is just because how it popped in my head. But it comes down to really, if you're going to do something like this, then you need to be better. And that's what I need to do for this channel is be better. Produce better stuff. Be more engaging. Because that's really where it comes down to. If I'm making some of the stuff and you're like, oh, look, it's just another G.I. Joe review. Okay. Or you're like, oh, it's G.I. Joe. At least he's going to talk about the character again. Then that's the type of stuff that I'll do. But if it's like, oh, hey, look, I just bought this and it's okay. Then that gets lost. It gets down. It gets uninspired. So I'm going to try, and I'm asking for your help, subscribers and potential subscribers, to let's make this channel fun. Let's make it your channel, not just my channel. I mean, yeah, I will put together what I want to put together, but you guys can really be there if you want. And I hope you want to. We have some real cool people on the channel. I'm hoping, as we get some of these really awesome toys in 2025, I get a chance to talk to those that made them for us, or those that are collecting them, or those that are taking like freaking amazing photography. I watch those guys too, because I want to do the same thing. I want to make these toys come alive with a story and a look, and hopefully I'm getting there. I said I put a bunch of stuff on Instagram, and I try to put stuff out that I would like to look at. Do I need to do it more? Yeah. So maybe if I set up a scene, I'll remember to film, and that'll be something for the week. But yeah, once a week, guys, I will be getting stuff out. I do have some things that I want to do, and I'll let you know when those are ready. But I also need to get rid of some of this 2024 baggage. So Series 5, I'll talk about them, what I like, what I think needs to be improved. I think what we got, there's always room for improvement, and there's a lot of fun in them. I need to kind of explain, if you didn't watch Unboxing Art's live stream with the top 10, I'll put it out real quick of what I liked, what I got into towards the end of 24. Was another rabbit hole, or am I done with it? We'll see. But now I'm rambling. But let me know in the comments, guys, what do you think about the goals? You think I can achieve them? Are there other ones that you think I really should consider, or maybe define them a little bit more? Let me know. And like I said, we're looking for some really cool conventions, whether it's ZolaCon here in March, Maryland Toy Expo, DFW potentially, and absolutely Legions Con at the end of 2025. It's going to be rad, and I'd like to have you guys along for the journey for this year. So if you haven't subscribed, hopefully I'll have some stuff out here that will win you over. If not, let me know. Thumbs up, thumbs down. I won't know the difference unless you let me know. So that's everything, guys. The break's over. It's time to get to work. So let's get crafty. So I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.